A week had already passed since the Scion had his first mission as guardian of everything. He was thinking about some things while watching the girls train with Vegeta. "Why do I have to train you too, insect?" the Scion Prince would say to a certain pink-haired girl. "Lala, because I want to be strong so that Goku will never leave me." Thali, in her mind, how can she love Goku so much that she wants to suffer through this hellish training? Miku, "Lala, could you stop including Goku in everything? It's starting to seem like an obsession." Miku's annoyance was evident in her words. "Lala, but why not? I love him. Don't you two love him too?" The two of them got nervous about the question, but that wasn't all. "Lala, if I remember correctly, you two fainted just because Goku called you pretty." The two blue-haired girls turned bright red at the revelation. Note, during that week, Goku told Lala about the events that had happened to him since he left that dimension. Thali, that only happened because I couldn't say anything. They didn't know how to counter that. Meanwhile, Vegeta began to release a certain murderous aura for being completely ignored. In a place we all know, there was a person in charge of making souls go to heaven or hell. "Ogre, Mr. Gohan, you can rest now. We'll take care of the remaining souls. But if I can continue, especially since I see that many souls are missing." Our beloved Gohan would say, "Ogre, don't worry, take a break. You deserve it for everything you've done so far." "Gohan, but that's not." He was unable to finish because he was pulled away by several ogres. "Gohan, what are you doing? Why are you pulling me?" "Ogre, have a good rest, Mr. Gohan." "Gohan, EHHH." Back with the Scion. Goku was still lost in thought. "All this time since I left, I've only been staying at Vegeta's palace. And sadly, when I went to Jiren's multiverse, he wasn't there. And then Zen told me that he was training with his god of everything." Goku sighed in disappointment as he thought about the subject, while Vegeta was about to explode. "Vegeta, damn insects, why are you always so damn noisy?" That scream made the entire multiverse tremble for a few seconds and caused Vegeta to activate Mastered Ultra Instinct. The three girls were trembling with fear, but they quickly composed themselves and knelt down to ask for forgiveness. "Lala Mikathali, sorry Mr. Vegeta." "Louder," Vegeta would say, still angry and with Ultra Instinct activated. "Forgive us, Lord Vegeta." The girls would say, sweating with fear, but Vegeta kept telling them to say it louder. Goku looked at that with a smile, remembering the old days when he was scolded by Chi-Chi. But that also brought back some memories for the Scion, the farewell of his friends to the other world and the end of his adventure as a mortal. Those memories made Goku feel melancholic for a few seconds, but he quickly changed to his cheerful attitude upon remembering that they were still in the sky of their home multiverse. And that led the Saiyan to ask, "What are my friends doing right now?" Meanwhile, with Gohan. "Ogre, and how is Mr. Gohan?" "Personal, Mr. Gohan is supposed to be relaxing, but this..." "Ogre, but is this one?" "Personal, training." The ogre got angry and quickly went to where Gohan was. "Ogre, Mr. Gohan shouldn't be among..." But the ogre could not finish because he fell to the ground due to the gravity of the place. Gohan, who was training, noticed the ogre and quickly lowered the gravity so that the ogre would not be crushed to death. "Gohan, sorry Mr. Zhu, I didn't know you were coming." "Zhu, with all due respect, Mr. Gohan." "Zhu, you must not." But Zhu couldn't finish when he saw Gohan's transformation. A transformation that arose from combining divine and mystical power. "Zhu, Mr. Gohan, could you tell me what kind of transformation that is?" Gohan, "Well, I tried to combine Ultra Instinct with my mystic state, but that awakened this power." Gohan, "I don't know what to call it yet, but since I have white hair..." Gohan, "I'll call him Super White Saiyan." Zhu, in his mind, what a simple name for a transformation with that level of power, I even think it would have enough power to face the great Xeno-sama. Narrator, so that you don't tell me that's very little power or something, Gohan is more busy with work than training. Zoo, putting that aside, you shouldn't be training, you should be resting after working nonstop for years. Go on. But I'm fine, I like seeing the stories of the people who come to be judged. Zoo, you don't understand, do you? When was the last time you took a break from work? Go on, oh, I don't know. Zoo, it was 100,000 years ago. Back with the Scion. After Vegeta's scolding and the training, everyone could be seen sitting on the ground talking. Miku, after that, my dad crashed into the wall, ruining my cake. Folly, I think he did it so he wouldn't have to say your cake tasted bad. Miku, but I did the same thing Mom did. Folly, I don't think so. I saw that you put salt instead of sugar. Goku, I wouldn't have minded eating that cake. After all, the food in that room was always the same. Lala, by the way, Goku, what were you doing locked in that supposed room? Goku, well, train nonstop for a long time. Lala, wow, that must have been really boring. Goku, well, it wasn't that boring since every so often the gravity doubled, making me train much harder. Folly, but how did you not lose your mind in that dimension? Goku, well, in that dimension, I could change the atmosphere of the place when I rested, making my mind and body more peaceful. Lala, and how long were you in that dimension? Goku, I don't even know that answer myself. The conversation was interrupted by Vegeta's arrival. Goku, oh Vegeta, you finally arrived. Vegeta, so Kakarot, what did you want to ask me? Goku, well, what I wanted to ask you is if we could go visit our friends from our multiverse. Vegeta remained silent at that question. A serious look came over Vegeta's face. Goku, what's wrong, Vegeta? Why do you have such a serious face? Vegeta, Kakarot, I have to tell you something about your friends. Goku, what's wrong with them, Vegeta? Vegeta, oh. Well, our Scion said, confused by Vegeta's words. Vegeta, well, they'll be very happy to see you again, Kakakoto. Goku, so shall we go? Yeah. Vegeta replied, a little nervous. Miku and Thali noticed that Vegeta was lying. The Scion also noticed it, but ignored it as he jumped for joy because he was going to see his friends. Time skip. Goku and Vegeta could be seen with the girls traveling to the multiverse of the birth of the strongest king of everything in Sector 18 and the guardian of everything. Lala was jumping for joy when she saw that she was going to the multiverse where there were battles of colossal levels, and also because it was Goku's multiverse, obviously. Meanwhile, Goku had his face stuck to the window of the transport cube. Miku, Master Vegeta, what are you hiding from Goku? Folly, it was obvious that you were lying about your friends. Vegeta, shut up, insect, and don't meddle in what doesn't concern you. The two girls got angry at that answer, so they started bothering Vegeta for the whole trip until I told them. Meanwhile, Lala went to where the Scion was to talk to him. Lala, are you happy to see your friends again? Goku replied with a smile. Yep. Lala, I see, with a smile too. And so Lala and Goku had a conversation while they waited. In a particular dimension, billions of corpses could be seen throughout the area. Zen, that was so boring. It seems none of them will have the opportunity to reincarnate this time, Zen-sama. He who is known as the one in charge of the Supreme, Hell would say so. Zen, that's the least important thing. The most important thing was that it was a battle that I enjoyed. Zen, not even with a billion could they last 3 minutes. And the worst part was that I held back to make it more fun. You never change, Zen-sama. It seems you'll always be that person who doesn't care about the lives of mortals. Zen just started laughing at what Ian said. He just looked at that and thought. Any fool who tries to anger Zen-sama will know that he is hell personified. Those are big words for the one known as the supreme leader of hell and the most ruthless person in all of hell. Narrator, to clarify what the ultimate hell is, It is a place for worlds and dimensions that do not have a hell, and obviously there is also a heaven for those worlds and dimensions. Zen, well, now that I've taken care of this, let's talk about some topics. The funny thing about what Zen said was that he said it while sitting on millions of lifeless corpses and blood everywhere. Returning to a happier place, I think. Goku and company were about to arrive in the multiverse of the king of everything, Zeno. But before that, Vegeta had something to say to Goku. Vegeta, Kakarot, lower your power or you will alert all the gods of destruction. Goku, okay Vegeta. Thus Goku lowered his power to the level of a normal human. Once they had landed at Zeno's palace, Goku was greeted. Zeno, Goku. Zeno, at great speed, embraced the Scion. Goku, haha, it's been a long time since I've seen you, little Zen. Achoo. Are you alright, Zen-sama? Zen, I feel like I need to change a name. Zeno, I'm glad you came, Goku. Daishinken, I see that Goku has become very powerful. Goku, well, all that training paid off. Could you show us your power? Zeno said it with stars in his eyes. Vegeta, I don't recommend it if you want to keep your universe in one piece. Daishinken, wow, that means Goku's power has reached dimensional levels. Zeno, so Daishinken can't show it? Daishinken, sadly, he will not be able to show his full power. Zeno was disappointed to hear that. Goku, hee, and where's the other Zeno? Zeno, he had to go to the future to take care of the problems he didn't solve. Zeno, but he's coming to visit me, so I'm fine. Goku, don't tell me it was orders from Daishinken, the omniversal god. Goku, oh, I forgot that he watches over this entire omniverse. Daishinken, have you already met the omniversal god? Goku nodded in agreement with what Daishinken had said. Zeno, and what does it look like? Goku, I'm sorry, but I can't reveal that information. Daishinken, changing the subject, why did you come to this multiverse? Goku, well, to visit my friends in heaven. Daishinken shuddered upon hearing that and quickly looked at Vegeta for some kind of response. Vegeta said with his eyes, I can't do anything. Zeno, and who are they, Goku? Zeno pointed to the three girls who were next to Vegeta. Goku, well, they're girls I met in Vegeta's multiverse. Zeno, can you introduce me to them? Okay, said the Scion with a smile. Meanwhile, Daishinken went to talk to Vegeta about the matter. Daishinken, haven't you told him that they were reincarnated into other people? Vegeta, I can't just tell him. He's been locked up for a long time, but he thinks they're still in heaven after all these years. Daishinken, if it weren't for the fact that they erased the minds of the reincarnated so that they can begin a new life free from any bad memories they may have had. Vegeta, well, we can't do anything. The only thing we can do is wait. Daishinken, I hope Goku isn't too sad about that. Vegeta, at least his son is the new Enma here. That's the only thing that will make him happy right now. Meanwhile, with Gohan. Gohan, well, Zoo, I'm going to take a bath after training. Zoo, as you wish, Mr. Gohan, but you will have to rest tomorrow, understood? Gohan laughed nervously at what Zoo said. Gohan, well, goodbye. Zoo, in his mind, well, I'm going back to work while Mr. Gohan is taking a shower. Back with the Scion. They were already saying goodbye to Zeno and Daishinken, and were on their way to heaven. Goku, wow, this place hasn't changed at all. Vegeta, in his mind, where's his son? Mika, wow, is this heaven? Folly, but it's gigantic. Lala, the clouds here are yellow. I wonder what will happen if I experiment with them. Zoo, welcome to the place where you will be judged. He could not finish when he saw that they were not souls or were dead. Goku, wow, this is the first time I've seen us welcomed, unlike the first time I died and went with Kami to see Emma. Goku, I think that back then Kami was always yelling at me for my bad behavior towards Emma Diosama. Goku, and now that I think about it, Where is King Yema? Or did he shrink and I can't see him? Goku pondered such an absurd topic, but was quickly pulled out by a question. Zoo, excuse me, could you tell me who you are? Vegeta, have you forgotten about me? Insect? Vegeta began to unleash a murderous aura throughout the area. Zoo instantly remembered Vegeta and quickly knelt down and begged for his life. Folly, Master Vegeta, don't be so mean to him. It's been so long since he last saw you. He's forgotten about you. Vegeta, then he must have a shitty memory, because even this insect, Goku, remembers the stupidest detail. Goku, hey, I don't know whether to feel flattered or offended by that Vegeta. Vegeta, flattery. Not even in my dreams would I flatter a low-class insect. Miku, but what if Goku beats him? The place fell silent when Miku said that. Folly, in a nervous voice, said to Miku, Sister, you better start running. Miku, huh? E-H-H-H-H-H-H. Vegeta, with an aura that said, I'm going to kill you, went after Miku. Goku, well, since Vegeta will be busy, I'll go ahead. Goku had instantly disappeared from the place without leaving a trace that he was there. Folly, I'm going to explore the place, so I'll leave you here, Lala. Lala, don't worry, I know a place where I can go and play a little. And so they all split up, leaving Zoo unable to say anything. Zoo, in his mind, but what just happened here? Zoo was crying on the floor because of the bad day she was having today. But a voice made her stop crying. Gohan, what was that power I felt earlier, Zoo? Gohan had already come out of the bathroom and changed. Zoo, well, Mr. Vegeta arrived with some people I don't know. Gohan, in his mind, what is Lord Vegeta doing here? Zoo, there were 3 girls and 1 boy. Zoo, the boy had gravity-defying hair, and I think they called him Goku. Gohan, wait, what? Gohan, you said his name was Goku, right? That's what I said, Mr. Gohan. Zoo said it with a face of total confusion. Gohan began to cry tears of joy. Gohan, finally you came out, Dad. Meanwhile, with the Scion, where are my friends? Goku wondered to himself. The Scion was flying all over the sky to see if he could find them, but all he found was nothing. Where are they all? The Scion wondered. But at that moment, as the Scion was thinking, he could see a certain wife of his son. Videl. Goku shouted with great joy. When Videl heard her being called, she looked at that person and began to cry tears of joy. Videl, are you Mr. Goku? Goku happily hugged Videl. Goku, it's been a while since I've seen you, Videl. It was a beautiful family reunion. Meanwhile, with the others, Lala went to a very small planet that we all know. Lala, Halokayo-sama. Keo, who are you? Lala, sorry for scaring you. It's just that I wanted to meet one of my beloved Goku's masters. Keo, wait, you said Goku, right? Lala, yep, he already left that dimension. Keo smiled broadly upon hearing the news and quickly said, Keo, come sit down and eat with me while you tell me what that blockhead did during these millions of years. Okay, Lala replied with a smile. With Thali. While exploring the place, she came across a very special old man. Thali, who are you, sir? Oh wow, it's a girl. Let me introduce myself. My name is Son Gohan. Thali was stunned by this revelation. Thali, who are you? Goku's grandfather? Son Gohan. Well, it seems you know my adopted grandson. Thali began to get excited when she heard that it was indeed her grandfather. Thali, well, of course, he's quite the legend among the gods. Thali, I know him too. Son Gohan started laughing at how lively the girl was and said, Son Gohan, wow, then that means my little Goku has grown very strong. Son Gohan, I only saw him for a few seconds and I found out that he's now a god. Thali, If you'd like, I can guide you to where he is. Son Gohan, relax, it's not the time for me to see it. It would be best if you took a seat and told me about the adventures you've had since the last time I saw you. Okay. Thali happily accepts the invitation to meet Goku's grandfather. And now with Vegeta and Miku. Vegeta had already given Miku her mini punishment. Miku, you're evil, Mr. Vegeta. Just accept that Goku is stronger than you. Vegeta, but what price, brat? Miku, what do you mean? Vegeta, all that power he obtained meant he couldn't say goodbye to his loved ones. Mika didn't say anything else after what Vegeta said. Vegeta, only a few were able to stay here because of work. Vegeta, some examples would be Gohan, Videl, and Kakarot's grandfather. Everything Vegeta said so far had a touch of seriousness and sadness. Back with the Scion. Goku, so you're in charge of watching over the sky? Videl, yep, and I'm the one who made the sky have a night and day cycle. Goku, wow, you're really impressive. Videl, it wasn't a big deal, I just did that so the nocturnal creatures could rest. Goku, well, changing the subject, where are they? Them? Who are you referring to, Mr. Goku? Videl suspected what Goku was going to ask, but wanted to confirm it. Goku, I'm talking about our friends, obviously. Where are they? Videl made a sad face when she realized that was the question. Goku, what's wrong, Videl? Videl, Mr. Goku. His friends no longer exist. The Saiyan didn't have any words. His look said it all. Goku, you're kidding, right? They can't just disappear without telling me. Can they? Videl began to shed tears from her eyes. While I started telling him what happened with his friends. It seems to be getting dark. The North KO would say, Lala, wow, I didn't know it got dark in the sky. KO, so what are you doing here? Lala, well, visit Goku's friends. The North KO also made a sad face when he heard that. Lala, what's wrong, KO-sama? KO. And so it was with Thali and Miku. They told them what happened to Goku's friends. When the heaven and hell of a universe reach their limit, the souls living in heaven are given the option to reincarnate into a new person, while those in hell are given that option only if they defeat the judge. This is done with all souls so that new souls can enter and don't have to do this repeatedly. But on the condition that their memory of their past life is erased. They do this so that people with bad memories don't suffer from it again or remember it in their new life. Only the gods can preserve their memories when reincarnating, along with the people who have done a lot for their multiverse. Rule made by the omniversal Zen god. A Scion could be seen gazing at the stars with a melancholic expression. Vegeta, it seems they've already told you the truth, Kakarot. I didn't think heaven and hell had limits. It must have been a long time before this happened. Vegeta just listened and looked at the Scion in silence. Tell me, Vegeta, how long has it been since I was locked up? The Scion was still looking at the night sky when he asked that. Vegeta, 634 million years, Kakarot. Goku remained silent upon hearing Vegeta's response. Gohan was running around everywhere looking for a Scion. Gohan, in his mind, Dad, where are you? Zoo, Mr. Gohan, if you're looking for Mr. Goku, he's in the field of stars. Gohan, Zoo, how does he know that? Zoo, have you forgotten that I'm your informant? Gohan made a face that said he had totally forgotten. Just go. Your father is waiting for you. Zoo said with a smile. Thanks, Tsu. Gohan said goodbye with a smile. This is the first time in a long time that I've seen Mr. Gohan so cheerful. Zoo said this while looking in the direction where Gohan had gone. Meanwhile, with our Scion, he said nothing about it. He just kept looking at the night sky, while Vegeta no longer knew what to say to the Scion. Vegeta, in his mind, damn it, I wish I had those brats here right now. I can't handle sentimental things like this. But Vegeta was pulled from his thoughts by sensing a very familiar key approaching. Vegeta just smiled and in an instant left the place to let those two have their family moment. "Dad!" Gohan cried out, weeping with a smile. Goku still hadn't gotten over the fact that his friends were gone forever, so with a sad face he looked at Gohan. Gohan stopped the moment he saw the Scion's sad expression. He already knew why his father was like that, and he couldn't blame him. Imagining that you'll never see your best friends again, neither in life nor in death, is something not many could bear, and even less so if it's someone like. Well, it seems Videl was telling the truth about you being the new Enma. The Scion would say in a muffled voice. Note, not all reunions have to be happy. Gohan said nothing and changed his expression to a serious one. Dad, I know how you feel. I know what it feels like to see the most important people to you leave without leaving a trace of them. Our Scion son said in a sad voice. Goku, tell me, Gohan, were you able to say goodbye to them before they left? Gohan, yes, why? I couldn't say goodbye to them. I didn't even know they had left. Don't you think it's funny to know that your friends no longer exist? As Goku said that, tears began to fall from his eyes. Gohan, in his mind, it's true, my father had no one to talk to for countless years, and now that he was going to reunite with our friends. Meanwhile, with the girls, they had gathered after hearing what happens to souls when heaven and hell are full. So you heard the same thing too? Miku asked her sister Lala. Yeah, they both said. Miku, then let's look for Goku. Lala, but do you know where it is? Mika. Folly, if nobody knows, then I'm going to ask the assistant to the Skykeeper. Then we'll go with you. Miku and Lala said. But sadly the girls couldn't take another step because of the arrival of a certain Scion prince. You insects won't go anywhere, Vegeta would say with a serious look. Folly, but Master Vegeta, we have to go to where Goku is too. Vegeta, they're not going anywhere. They're staying here or I'm taking them back to my palace. Lala, I'm sorry, Master Vegeta, but I want to go where Goku is. Vegeta, first of all, I never gave you permission to call me Master. Second of all, if you take one more step, we'll go back to the palace. Vegeta, that includes you two too, pointing at Miku and Thali. When the girls heard that, they knew they were up against the wall and Vegeta was their sword. But they were not going to give up, and in an attempt to escape from Vegeta, they were caught by him. I warned you, brats, Vegeta said as he grabbed Lala by her tail and carried the two blue-haired girls. Master Vegeta, could you please let go of my tail? Lala said it timidly. Well, it seems you never trained your weak point, brat, Vegeta said with a victorious smile. Miku, let us go, Master Vegeta. Folly, let's go with Goku. Vegeta, so you all are in love with that insect if you're worrying so much about him. When Vegeta said that, it made them both blush and they started saying stupid things. Vegeta, in his mind, okay, with all these brats out of their place, I can take them back to the palace without starting a pointless fight. And so Vegeta took the girls back to the palace. Meanwhile, elsewhere, and does the god of everything in that sector know that he has the guardian of everything in his sector? Ian asked. As the god of everything, he should have noticed, but with how lazy he is, I don't think he realized what's happening in his sector. Zen said with a bored tone. Ian, so if the god of everything meets Son Goku, it wouldn't cause a problem because he wouldn't know who he is? Zen, maybe I'll have to interrupt if they start fighting, but knowing those two, it's almost 100% certain they'll start a fight. You've certainly had a lot to deal with since the Guardian came out, haven't you? Ian said with a smile as she drank tea. Zen, at least I have something to do after doing nothing for millions of years.